When I was a student, I was not by any means a bad kid, but I can't say that I was super helpful when it came to solving certain problems. In fact, I may have actually helped cause a few very small issues during my time here. For example, and by the way, I do not condone any of these examples, I was reprimanded and punished accordingly for each. I only share for the purposes of learning and betterment. Okay? I may have been partly responsible for placing a large plastic pool onto one of the low-riding roofs of our school, and then filling that pool with water and 100 live goldfish for all to enjoy when looking down from the walkway above. I may have been involved with covering the entire main hallway floor with Dixie cups filled to the brim with Pepsi, making it virtually impossible for anyone to enter or exit the halls until each cup was carefully removed one by one as to not cause a chain effect. One Friday in June of 1993, I may have taken an extra long off-campus lunch in order to see a new movie entitled Jurassic Park on its opening day. I may have done that. At a school camp retreat up in Big Bear, a couple of us may have used 2 giant hi-fi speakers to blast the sounds of dinosaurs roaring and TIE fighters screeching at full volume across the entire camp at 2 o'clock in the morning. Again, nobody was hurt. I was reprimanded and punished accordingly. I paid my dues. But the incident that spurred Mr. Hickok to pull me into his office and give me some solid advice was actually something that started as a very positive thing. So what was the problem? What happened? Well, it was Christmas time, and every grade was asked to decorate their homeroom door with some kind of Christmassy imagery. A fun idea, and being the resident artist, I was asked to lead the creative drive on our class's particular door. Now, what to put on the door? Okay, that year, Beauty and the Beast was a big deal. It was still big in pop culture. So I thought, okay, let's take the Beast and dress him up in Santa Claus regalia and paint him on big red piece of paper and put him on our door. That'll look cool. Let's go. And I did, and I thought it looked pretty Christmassy and fun and pop culture relevant. And but someone on the faculty had a different opinion and felt that it looked kind of almost scary. And a big beast, on red paper on the door. And they asked if I could maybe create a new image to put on this door for Christmas. And myself, being kind of a passionate, artist, didn't want to change the way I saw things, decided instead of changing it, I was going to amend it. And I'm going to make it really scary. And the result was Mr. Hickok pulling me into his office for a nice face-to-face. And what he told me was this, some of the best advice I've ever received. He told me that, Shane, as talented and passionate as you are, you're going to need to learn to control your talent and passion if you're ever truly going to make a difference and be perceived as a leader and not a problem. Amazing advice. So the problem was me. I became the problem. Something we all need to be aware of is in the future, are we going to be problem makers or problem solvers? And let me give you a little piece of advice. Let me let you in on one of the biggest secrets of success. That's what I do every day. I'm still not very successful at it. But all anyone wants is for people to solve their problems. Any employer, company, organization, executive, consumer, country, friend, or enemy, all they really want is for someone to understand the problem and help them solve it. If you can truly solve someone's problem, they will thank you, respect you, trust you, give you opportunities, recommend you, hire you, pay you, buy your product, promote you to a higher position, maybe even marry you. If you can solve people's problems, you're going to do okay. The world is filled with problems, and they're growing every day. but you should not add to them, and you should not run away from them. In fact, God asks us to face and solve problems. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God gave us not a spirit of fearfulness, but of power and love and discipline." In the story of Joseph, which is one of my favorite stories, Joseph was a master problem solver. The Pharaoh at that time was having trouble interpreting a dream. And all the magicians of Egypt could not interpret. But the Pharaoh heard about Joseph, a prisoner, and that he might have the ability to help interpret the dream. So he sent for him. Joseph was, in fact, able to use his abilities to interpret the Pharaoh's dreams, solving his problem. The Pharaoh was so pleased with Joseph that he freed him and made him second only to himself in power and influence, a true testament to the power of problem solving. When you solve problems, you will grow, you will lead, you will be able to act as an example to others. You will be able to, as the Bible tells us, show your fruits. The fruits of the Spirit being love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. In a nutshell, that's what Mr. Hickok told me to do and be. The world needs a whole lot more of that fruit, and these are truly the qualities that lead to genuine success in both life and business, but most importantly, life. These are just some of the things that I was lucky to have learned as a student here. I remember my time at Calvary, now called the Packing House, with great fondness, respect, and love for the classmates, teammates, teachers, and faculty that I was blessed to have shared experiences with, grown with, and learned from. So class of 2016, my parting thoughts. First, there are 5 of you, so I would highly recommend hiring an agent right now and forming the Packing House Academy's first ever pop group, the Packing House 5. Let's go. Or just the Pack 5, for short. Okay. Lastly, you are very fortunate to have people in your life who care enough to have made it possible for you to go to school at a place like the Packing House Academy. I hope that your experiences, your moments, friendships, accomplishments, and yes, even problems have been as meaningful, educational, and inspirational as they were for me and the many students who came before you. And I hope that with God's guidance, the most important element, by the way, you will all find great success and happiness in every arena, venture, or journey you embark on in this life. My sincere congratulations to you all. Thank you.